Hey y'all, welcome. Oh shoot, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hashtag Movie Bay. I am Movie Bay. Let me just make sure that well, y'all could tell me is my audio. How my audio going? How's my audio going? Not who is this? It's Movie Bay. Welcome. If you're new to my channel, like, comment, subscribe. I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. So if that is the type of content that you like, you might as well stick around and hit that subscribe button. And if you find yourself enjoying my commentary along the way, don't be afraid to give me a thumbs up and or drop a comment down below. We are in the season finale of The Mole, you guys. Season finale of The Mole. So if you could not get enough of my reality competition shows, specifically, I got the Netflix shows, The Circle, The Trust, The Mole, obviously. I did Big Brother 25, and y'all know Big Brother comes out next week, I think, next Wednesday. I did The Traitors. So yeah, I do reality competition shows, y'all. I do reality competition shows so well. Oh, I did Squid Games too on Netflix, yeah. But I do competition reality shows so well that I was semi-right about who the mole was. Semi-right. I let y'all talk me out of, yeah, I'm blaming y'all. I let y'all talk me out of my right mind because y'all had me convinced. Like, y'all put up such a good argument for another person that I was like, you know what? It could be this other person. It could be this other person. But yeah, I gotta stick. I gotta start sticking with my I gotta start sticking with my right mind. Cause I know what I be talking about sometimes. I have been watching more reality TV shows recently, so I will watch more of your reviews. The most my favorite show. Yes, thank you so much. And yeah, like reality competition shows, I feel like it's in a good stage. I've never been like the challenge type person though, because that's just way too many people, too many seasons. It's just too much to keep up with. I do not do the challenge. But aside from that, I will watch a good competition show. And you know, if it's good, if it's entertaining, I'll finish it. I'll follow it all the way through. Speaking of, before we get into the mole, there's one other thing I want to talk to y'all about. There is a new competition reality show that's going to come to USA. I think it's going to stream on Sci-Fi and something else. I'm going to go to my Instagram and show y'all real quick. Drop down in the chat, or if you're watching the replay gang, in the comment section, were you right or wrong about who the mole was going to be? Yeah. Let me tell you about this new competition show, because I'm obviously going to it's hot in here. What is my air on? Jesus Lord. Satan. Okay, hold on. Okay. It's called, let me share this tab. It says, meet the cast of new reality TV show, The Anonymous, that combines Traitors with The Circle. Okay. So I know y'all know who this is. This is X, Xavier from the Cookout season of Big Brother. Don't ask me what number it was. 24, I think. No, 23. Big Brother 23. Boom. It says, from the makers of The Traitors, The Circle, and Squid Games comes USA's network's new social competition series that pits 12 players against each other to manipulate, mislead, and do whatever it takes to be popular among their opponents in the real world, while secretly betraying and backstabbing them in the anonymous mode, which can be played in Digital Anonymous Network interface, aka Danny. Each player has their own private underground hideout where they are completely anonymous and can say anything they want about their opponents behind the mask of the unique handle. The question is, can they stay anonymous while doing so, or will the other players guess their identity? Every episode, Danny, I know you lying. No, thank you. Every episode, Danny conducts tests where all contestants must try to match players to their handles, and the player who is best at staying anonymous earns the power to eliminate their competitors. In the end, only one player will take home the grand prize. And then we already said that X is going to be on there. I'm not sure who this is. They said she's on Survivor, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it said. Andy King, and then everybody else, I believe, are just like regular, degular, schmegular people. They have different types of people. They have all ethnicities, ages, very diverse cast. So I'm gonna check it out. It says it's gonna be on USA, and I think it's gonna also like stream on. I could have sworn I saw like Sci-Fi Network and something else. Oh well, but I'm gonna check it out. If it's worth reviewing, y'all already know that I'm gonna review it. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get into what we came here for. Let's go ahead and get into what we came here for. All right, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, share the video. It lets everybody know that I am live and active. I'm pretty sure it's half of the people who watched them all with me probably haven't even seen the episode yet. I didn't go to work today, so I definitely watched it this morning. So you know how that goes. All right, pulling up my notes. Should have had my notes up. That's my bad. You know how that goes. Okay, checking my sound. Now we on the notes. Okay, so let's start off with this. This was my suspect list at the end of episode 8. Okay, as y'all know, I used to be so Quinn, like Quinn, but it wasn't Quinn. Okay, so Deanna is like my primary suspect. All right, Sean, based off of like I told y'all, like based off of, I guess like the previous mole, I knew just like statistic wise, it probably wasn't going to be a woman and it probably wasn't going to be a person of color. So that's why I legit ruled out Muna from the gate, because I didn't think they was going to go in that same direction. That's way too obvious. So out of the men that were left, I said Sean has to be the only obvious reason to be a mole, going by that ideology that it's not going to be a woman, it's not going to be a PLC, because that's who the mole was last year. Okay. So Deanna is my primary suspect for women because she's just like too quiet for me. And I feel like we can't have two good people. Quinn was the good, harmless competitor this cast, this go round. So I was like, another one? Deanna, another one? I don't think people are that good. No, I'm just playing. Good to come by. I put a question mark about Ryan because y'all were making some compelling arguments for Ryan to be the mole. I'm not even gonna hold you. People really was like swaying my opinion. I'm like, you know what? It could be Ryan. And then Hannah, I don't know. She just been moving funny since day one. Y'all know I got it out for Hannah. All right, so we left off with, speaking of Hannah, we left off with Hannah seeing if she was going to take the money or take the exemption for the final exemption of the game, because the next quiz, it was going to be a double elimination. My last video, I stated that this is the moment. If there was any opportunity, a reason to be selfish in this game, this is when you do it. Double elimination? But guess what, y'all? Hannah took the $20,000 and added it to the pot for the group, bringing their money to $105,000. I was thinking, you stupid. Now, either she was stupid or she was literally that confident in who the mole was. Because that's the only reason why you would not take the exemption at that time, girl. Now, all of a sudden, you want to be a team player? Girl, bye. Anyways, I can't get a read on Michael. Just has such a good poker face. Michael is definitely one of those cast members who wanted to make sure that other people thought it was him. And I feel like he did a good job at doing that for sure. However, I'll get to that part later. All right. On the quiz, Hannah is suspicious of Muna, Michael, and Ryan. Deanna is suspicious of Muna and Ryan. But Ryan ends up going home and Deanna ends up going home in the double elimination. I said, oh, if Deanna goes home, I'm back to square one. Deanna definitely went home. So after that, with Hannah, Muna, Michael, and Sean, I was like, okay, Sean's the mole. He has to be the mole. Nobody else makes sense to me. All right. Now, Ryan went home especially because I'm taking notes. So I'm calculating. Ryan went home and she was suspicious of Michael and Hannah. And Deanna also goes home and she was suspicious of, I didn't write this down. Who was Deanna suspicious of? I know she was suspicious of, I think Michael and Muna, if I'm not mistaken. Long story short, do y'all see a pattern? If you watch my first video, my second video, and this video, anybody who votes for Michael goes home. I was like, unless the editing is playing with us, if you suspicious of Michael, you're going home. That's why I ruled Michael out as a mole. Probably when Tony went home voting for Michael, I knew Michael was not the mole. He's just a real sabotaging type player. So they all eat lunch together and they talk about why they need the money. Okay. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I always skip through this part of every competition show. I always skip through this part. On The Circle, they have a whole episode dedicated to what y'all gonna do with the money. I skip the whole thing because I don't care. I don't care about your sob stories. I just don't. Sorry. Everybody's gonna use the money for their family. Muna using it for her family. Michael's paying back his dad. Sean is for his family. And Hannah is talking about family trippers. No, school. School was Hannah. Okay. After that, I just keep fast forwarding. Every time they talk about what you're gonna do with the money, I fast forward. I'm sorry if y'all wanted details on that. I didn't care about it. But at dinner, Michael says that Sean is his top suspect. Sean says he can read when Michael is lying, but people still believe in him. I said, Sean, you didn't say that Michael was your top suspect. Interesting use of words. He said Michael could be a mole. That's what he said. Michael could be a good mole. He didn't say he was one. He didn't say I'm suspicious of him. He said he would make a good one. Suspicious wording, Sean. Muna says that Sean is her top suspect, but is still suspicious of Michael, so she needs to rule him out. And Hannah thinks it's either Muna or Michael. So the challenge for this episode is they gonna do the museum heist, right? Yeah, and they have to identify the legit real art pieces. There's only 2. Okay, each is worth $60,000. But every time they drop or break a vase or piece of artwork is minus $2,000. 3 drops, the challenge is over. Long story short, they have to hoist someone over the lasers to pick up the art pieces. Guess who they choose? Michael big ass volunteer. I ain't gonna hold you. Michael's big ass volunteers to get hoisted over the lasers to pick up the art pieces, saying that they might be heavy. Me and Hannah looking like, now what kind of sense does that make? And guess who doubled down on it? Muna. She's like, yeah, I think Michael should go. Now, Muna wanted Michael to go so she could see how he works in this challenge because she was suspicious of him being the mole, so she wanted to rule him out. And Sean, of course, Sean just goes along with it. He was like, yeah, okay. Now we have to pull the person in different directions, left, right, forward, back, up, and down to get the artwork. And y'all choose Michael, the biggest person. Okay. In this challenge, everybody is suspicious of everybody's move. If Michael knocks something over, that's suspicious. If he goes up when he needs to go down, that's suspicious. Why are you pulling this rope this way? You're pulling the wrong rope. Everybody was pointing fingers at everybody. Paranoia is at an all-time high. So honestly, I couldn't tell who was doing what on this challenge. I'm not gonna hold you. I was just as confused and finger pointy as everybody else was. I don't understand why they chose the strongest and heaviest. Exactly. We could have used Michael to pull the rope and direct people, but no, y'all want to put him in the air. When Michael volunteered to go, I said, you know what? If I wasn't so sure he wasn't the mole, this is what a mole would do. Because why would you? Okay, let's move on. Because what? Let's move on. After the mission's over, they end up adding $24,000 to the pot, and now they are at $129,000. They are finally in $100,000, y'all. They could have been there. Like challenge 4, they could have been in $100,000. But y'all know this group. This is a very selfish group. One of the most selfish group of people I've seen on a competition reality show like ever. So for the last quiz, Hannah is suspicious of Michael and Muna. Sean is suspicious of Michael and Muna. Mostly Michael. Michael thinks Muna and Sean. Muna thinks Michael and Sean. Hannah ends up going home. Hannah is the only person that was suspicious of somebody she shouldn't have been suspicious of. Because when you start raising your suspicions on Michael, why would you go back to Michael first off, Hannah? Or maybe she went back to Michael because Ryan went home. Because remember, like when Tony was there, Tony and Hannah were suspicious of Michael, but she changed her votes to Ryan, and Tony went home behind Michael. So I don't know why she would go back to Michael. I mean, oh well. Some people thought that Hannah was being set up to win the entire season. Guess not. Now it's the finale episode. We have Muna, Michael, and Sean. Muna, Michael, and Sean. Now this episode just came out, so I don't have pictures of the actual challenge. So I had to do my best. I had to Google Mind Challenge, Minefield Challenge, and that's where we get the clip art. Okay. So in this last challenge, they have to memorize a pattern of this minefield. Any wrong step, all the money blows up. It's separated into 3 different stages. Each person has to complete a stage. So they assign, or I think Muna is the one who assigned people because she didn't want people playing with her money. Okay. Muna says, I have a good memory. I'm going to do the one that has the highest value. Michael was kind of like iffy. Excuse me. So they put him second. And they gave Sean the least amount of money, specifically because both of them are suspicious of Sean. Okay. Now, in this challenge, Sean, in his confessional, says he's going to sabotage on purpose. And he does that. Now, Michael, I have no idea what Michael was doing. Maybe Michael was trying to draw suspicions on himself, but he sabotaged on purpose. I feel like it was on purpose because everybody's telling him to go left, and he's like, Sean is telling me to go left. Why would he tell me to go left? It's because he's the mole. I'm going to go right. I'm like, but Muna's telling you to go left too, idiot. So he goes right, blows up the money. Now, Muna, when it comes to Muna, and I think hers is the $25,000 round. Hers is the big money. So when it comes to Muna, she says she knows the pattern. She has it down by heart. She wants to see who is going to tell her the wrong directions. Because the person who tells her the wrong directions, that is the mole. Okay? So while she's doing her thing, kind of towards the end, Sean tells her to go one way when she knows it's the other way. And at that very moment, Muna said, I know Sean is the mole. Because he tried to make me go the wrong direction. Okay, Muna. So they get $25,000 because she completes her round, and now the pot is at $154,000. All right. The final quiz. First off, like last season, season 1, a lot of the questions were like personal. This season, I've been seeing more like challenge type questions. So I wonder if it was just for the final quiz where it was a mix of both, or maybe they hadn't shown us a variety of questions like that. But for the final quiz, there are personal and challenge type questions. Okay, I think they said it was 25 questions. So they have to answer questions like, was the mole in-house or behind house? What college did the mole go to? How many kids does the mole have? Does the mole have any kids? Like, what color is the mole's hair? Like, personal and challenge related questions. All right. So we get to the final result. We find out that Muna and Michael both vote for Sean, and Sean goes for Michael. I'm trying to see how I want to do this. If I want to do the reunion or just tell y'all who the mole is right now. Let's just go ahead and get into it. The mole of season 2 is indeed Sean. Our undercover narcotics, can y'all believe he's in narcotics? Police officer is indeed the mole. And the moment that Deanna went home, because she was my last suspect, I knew it was Sean. Nobody else made sense in my personal opinion. I was just starting to think like, think back on all the challenges, like how could he, because he really wasn't like that sabotagey, honestly. So I was really waiting for his big reveal. Now I do like how they brought everybody back out. We saw Q and we saw Andy, you know, like our fan faves or whatever. And nobody thought that it was Sean. Nobody who was eliminated thought that it was Sean. So I guess some things are meant to be and some things just aren't meant to be. Now, yeah, let's talk about that. Sean is the mole, and I'm gonna go into how he sabotaged. Actually, no, let's just talk about who won, child, whatever. All right, who won? Who's my? Okay, boom. All right, so Adam, Muna, and Michael, they said they were 2 questions apart. Oh, that would have pissed me off. And Michael is the person who won the Mole season 2. Good job, Muna. Good job. And good job, Michael. Because, you know, I feel like Michael won because he had a couple people left, because I hope that y'all watched the episode. This is a spoiler review, okay? And I just said who won. Yikes. Come back, rewatch. Be the rewatch game. I feel like Michael won though because he had that extra piece of information that Muna didn't have when he saw Sean sabotage in the Guess Who challenge. So let's talk about Sean and his sabotaging. All right. In mission one, Sean was on that first little, I guess, like barrier to get the intruders, and he was loading his slingshot slow, and he was also missing his shots. He said, but Q was missing his shots as well, so it didn't make it seem like he was suspicious that he was that he didn't hit anybody. On mission 2, which when mission 2 came, I was low-key a little suspicious of this. I was suspicious of Muna, and I was suspicious of Sean, and I was suspicious of Michael at this point on this particular challenge. That was the raft challenge. Let me see if I can go back to my slideshow. Yeah, in the raft challenge, okay? He was on the builder team, and when Muna said to cut the raft in half, he like kicked the wood, and I was like, why would you do that? That was a sabotage. He says he was cracking the wood. He was poking holes in the wood. He was cutting knots too short. I was like, in my personal opinion, I thought that he wasn't even helping. I thought he was just running his mouth. In the third challenge, where they had to, he volunteered to scalp. Is it called scalping the building? Not scalp the building. What's it called when you going down the whatever? He went down the side of the building. Whatever. So he said he pretended that he was afraid of heights to have a little freak out session to delay, and he did. He was just blurting out all different types of numbers for the combination. The scene. I was thinking something else though. Y'all gonna make me Google it. But yeah. He was just blurting out all different types of numbers. Like, oh, we got numbers over here, numbers over there, numbers over there. He said nobody was going to win that challenge if I was in the group. He had the exemption. Everybody knew that he had the exemption. He's a bad liar. In that challenge, I felt like, especially after I found out that he was a police officer, I felt like he wanted people to think he was a bad liar. So if it ever came down to it, oh, I could tell that Sean is lying because he's such a bad liar, right? Now that was smart. Now, when it came down to the moral challenge of bidding for the money, he told people that I'm going to go for the exemption in hopes of starting a bidding war. And that obviously won because, worked because the whole pot was put up for grabs. What else? Right. On the Guess Who mission. We saw that sabotage, but in his confessional, he said he did it to throw Michael off. But in all actuality, I feel like that moment right there is what helped Michael win the entire game. And he took off the important picture that was needed in the very end. I feel like if he didn't take off one of the actual people that had the cash donation, then Michael could have been like, oh, maybe he just tried to throw me off his scent. But you ended up removing a picture that was actually important. That's probably where that was a little bit too on the nose on that one. Oh, in the truck challenge, he lied about voting for Muna. So they put all the money in her truck, but everybody lied about that one. In the cave, he was getting riddles wrong. On the bomb challenge, he really wanted to use the clue, but Niche would not let him use the clue. So that one was kind of a fail. What else happened? In the search and rescue, he was just going slow. Honestly, not really much of a sabotage there. And then, of course, in the most recent missions, he was pulling the wrong rope. And he, of course, like we know, he even said in his confessional that he stepped on the wrong mine on purpose. All right. Hey, Raya. It says, I knew it was him when Hannah got eliminated because she chose the other two people, and Sean was on my suspect list when I found out that he was an undercover cop. That's what I said too, especially because I take notes about who is suspicious of who. So it will help me figure out, help me figure out who the mole is. And when Hannah got eliminated, she was suspicious of Muna and Michael, and everybody else was suspicious of Sean and Michael. So I was like, that's why Gustis went home. That's why she went home. Yeah. So the winner is Michael. He won $154,000 only by 2 questions. That would haunt me in my sleep if I was Muna. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. What? That's the end of the season, y'all. I was gonna ask y'all, like, when did y'all start suspecting Sean? Did you ever suspect Sean? Or did this really catch y'all off guard? I know. Let me see if I can show my poll results. Yeah, I'm about to put y'all on blast. Hold on. If you are not a subscriber to Movie Bay, I have a very interactive YouTube. I like to post things. I like to ask poll questions. And let's go down to the poll for the mole. Bars. Okay, hold on. I got a lot of shows. Okay, here we go. I said next week is the season finale of The Mole season 2. So I have to ask, who is your primary suspect for The Mole? Comment for Sean or Michael. 14% said that Muna was the mole. 17% said Hannah. 64% said Ryan. When Ryan went home, I know y'all was gobsmacked. I know y'all was like, because I'm not even gonna hold you. Y'all put up such a good argument that I started being suspicious of Ryan. And only 5% said Deanna. Now, one person in my comment section, one person said that Michael is the mole, but nobody said Sean. I might be the only person, actually, that suspected Sean. Okay, I'm doing the most. Like, Movie Bay girl, you got it wrong too. Like, girl, you got it wrong too. Stop. I tried. I didn't suspect Sean until the final 3. That is pretty bad, to be honest, because I thought it was Michael. Yeah, I just like I said earlier, because I believe you watched the whole stream. I no longer suspected it was Michael when Tony went home, because we knew that Tony was going for Michael. Him and Hannah was going for Michael, but Hannah switched her votes to Ryan. He played the useless dad well in the beginning because nobody suspected him, right? Oh, and the important thing about it is the people who went to see his movie, his audition tape, were the people that were in the final rounds. Muna saw his audition tape, Michael saw his audition tape, and Ryan saw his audition tape. And so all of them had that advantage. I think where Ryan went wrong, let me get my notes. Ryan, I think she started. I think Ryan was kind of just like in disbelief, like, no way, like, no way he's an undercover cop. No way he's the mole. I think she was like in denial, because I honestly thought that Ryan was like special ops or something. Battle of the Cops. That's what I thought, because she was too good of a shot to on that first challenge for her just to be a volleyball coach and a stay-at-home mama. I wasn't going for that. Yeah, she was suspicious of Michael and Hannah. I don't know why she was suspicious of Hannah. But I know Michael because she was on that Cut the Wire challenge with Michael. So do y'all think? I think that Sean did a good job only because like I've probably watched a couple of reviews over the mole, probably like 3 or 4 people's reviews over the mole, looking at comment sections and of course looking at my comment section, and nobody has said Sean. And I think they're called the Reality Guys. They said if it is Sean, then it would be like pathetic because he's not really like doing nothing, like making moves. If it's not them, my bad, it was somebody else. But they just like that would be like a sad winner because it's like he's not really like sabotaging, like nothing is like shocking, like oh he did that. I feel like we all knew when they revealed what he did do. I feel like we all could have been like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I feel like just the useless dad role, like just coming in like a goofy character, people automatically kind of like didn't suspect him. You know what I'm saying? So that role alone really did help him get to where he was. Well, you guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in to my YouTube channel, to my season finale of The Mole Season 2. Like I stated, if you are new here, please consider subscribing. I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. So if that's the type of content you like, you might as well stick around and subscribe, especially if you are into competition reality show games. What? Reality game shows? Yeah. Because y'all know Big Brother comes on next week. I am going to check out this new show that I talked about at the beginning of the stream called The Anonymous. Traitors is going to come back on in wintertime. And it's a lot. I'm getting overwhelmed by all the shows I got. And then Grant has convinced me to start reviewing Love Island and Love Island games. So if that's the type of content y'all are into, if you enjoy my commentary, please consider subscribing. If y'all are already a part of the gang, squad, I appreciate y'all so much for your constant love and support. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all later on tonight if you watch Love Island, because I got to finish binge watching these last couple of episodes because I'm playing catch up. So I'm going to be releasing episodes 12 through 22 of Love Island tonight. Okay, so I know it's Friday. If you ain't got nothing to do, if you ain't got no job, like Smokey say, come back to Movie Bay. I'm going to be live, and we're going to be talking about episodes 12 through 22. I just got on the Casa Amor. So it's about to get spicy, so I've heard. All right, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.